welcome to the National News Broadcast. We are coming to you live from the Rupavahini News Studio. I'm Delanjali Ananda.
Good evening, I'm Clifford Richards. First of all, we take a look at the headlines.
Issuance of the Asana Festival relief begins tomorrow. 800,000 families are to receive the first installment. Large crowds continue to arrive to watch the Kandy Asala Perahara Festival. Up-country vegetable prices come down. A high-technology operational system for local aviation operations. The national television wins 7 Sri Lankan Top 100 awards. A reputed Ukrainian fighter craft pilot killed in an unexpected accident. Now for those and other stories in detail. State Minister of Finance Shehan Semasinghe says first installment of the Asana Festival relief program will be extended to 800,000 families tomorrow.
Well, the relevant funds will be credited to the accounts of the beneficiaries within 2 days, he says. The State Minister Shehan Semasinghe says that 1.5 million families have been chosen. Among the 2 million families eligible for welfare benefits, he added that the government is in the process to release money for the families of 800,000 among the chosen 1.5 million families by tomorrow. The funds for the chosen families will be released to the banks via the Treasury. Persons registered with the relevant bank accounts of the respective banks will be able to receive the welfare benefits from Wednesday onwards.
The dengue control national program conducted by the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation and collaboration with the Morteen Institute is reported to be successful. The health divisions point out that spread of dengue mosquitoes are gradually declining at present. The national operation was commenced by the National Television and the Morteen Institute in June this year. Several ministries, including the Health Ministry, have extended their assistance for the program. A follow-up program on the success of the dengue control program of the Western Province was telecast live over national television this morning.
මේක බැලුවාම සියලුම දෙනා ඒක රාශිලා කරන්න ඕන වැඩක්.
A Sri Lankan Top 100 2023 Awards Presentation Festival to evaluate artists of excellence in numerous fields was held at the BMICH, Colombo yesterday.
Well, 7 members of the national television was felicitated with awards on this occasion for their service to television sector. The SLRC personnel who won awards were the Deputy Director General Engineering of the Corporation, Kapila Dasanayaka, Director Programs, Suramya Mapitiya, Director Set Department, Tilak Mahagamage, Assistant Director Camera, Ashoka Jayasekara, Senior Producer, Dhammika David, Veteran Announcer, Chaminda Gunaratna, and Retired Senior Producer, Shama Yakub. Minister of Justice, Dr. Vijayadas Rajpaksha, and Parliamentarian Rear Admiral Dr. Sarath Veerasekara were the chief guests at the occasion. The Ahasa newspaper and Media Team Institute has organized the event for the 3rd occasion. Moving on with more local stories. The second Randoli Perahara of the Kandy Asala Festival, it's parading the streets at present.
It has been decided to have government schools within the Kandy municipal limits closed for 3 days from tomorrow in view of the Asana Festival. Central Province Governor Lalit Yugamage says accordingly the schools in the city limits will be closed on the 28th, 29th and the 31st of this month. Second Randoli Perahara of the historic Senkadakala Asana Festival has commenced at the auspicious time of 6:46 this evening with the majestic Tusker stepping on the Sandakala stone. Singaraja, Tusker of the Sri Dalada Maligava, is carrying the casket of sacred relics today. It is accompanied by 2 other Tuskers, Kandula of the Kalani Raja Mahadevihara and Mian Raja of the Sri Dalada Maligava. Peraharas of the 4 Mahadevalayas add glamour to the Randoli Perahara of today as well. Hundreds of thousands of people are lining up along the route of the Perahara to watch the Perahara. The national television fulfills its national duty of bringing live commentaries of the Asana Festival until the final day of the Perahara.
Meanwhile, the annual Adhisthana Puja and Satyakriya organized by the Mahajana Eksat Peramuna with other national organizations was held in front of the historic Kirivera Chaitya in Kataragama yesterday. Well, this event conducted through the participation of the leader of the Mahajana Eksat Peramuna, Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena, was held for the 29th occasion. Well, the objective of this Adhisthana Puja is the preservation of the unitary state and motherland with the blessings of the Mahasangha. MEP leader and Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena presented the pledge for the protection of the unitary state on this occasion. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that the Adhisthana Puja was conducted with the objective of inheriting for the citizens of the country the novel hopes for future. The Prime Minister further said that this is the greatest contribution to be bestowed upon the motherland. Mahasangha, headed by the chief incumbent of the Kirivehera Raja Mahavihara, the Venerable Kobawaka Dhamminda Thera, people's representatives including members of the MEP have also graced this occasion.
Now, upcountry vegetable prices have come down at Kapetipula Special Economic Centre. Traders say vegetables which were marketed at prices exceeding 200 or 300 rupees are now being sold at less than 100 rupees. The wholesale price of a kilo of radish and nokor is between 40 to 50 rupees. A kilo of cabbage and tomatoes is traded between 70 to 80 rupees. The market price of a kilo of leek is between 50 to 60 rupees. The price of a kilo of beet is marketed between 60 to 80 rupees and a kilo of capsicum is fetching a price of 210 rupees. The traders also say the price of a kilo of beans is at a moderate range between 250 to 300 rupees. Traders pointed out that the reason for the downfall of upcountry vegetables is the influx of low-country vegetables to the market.
And now here's a story of an unusual record. A 59-year-old man has set a new record today by pulling a lorry with his beard for a distance of 255 meters. Well, the unique feat has been recorded by Nimal Karunaratne, a resident of Karavitagara in Chilao. Well, the previous record was held by a person in the north who pulled a lorry with his beard for a distance of 40 meters. However, his body weight was 72 kilos in comparison to the body weight of 49 kilos of the new record holder Karunaratne. The weight of the lorry drawn by Nimal Karunaratne was 1,100 kilos. He says that his next target is to pull a train compartment using his beard. Well, we wish him good luck. An ultra-technological aviation operational system for local flight operations has been established.
A sum of 670 million rupees has been spent on the project, installed in the flight control room at the Kattunayake Airport. 670 million rupees has been spent on the project, installed in the flight control room at the Kattunayake Airport. 670 million rupees has been spent on the project, installed in the flight control room at the Kattunayake Airport. Up to now, Sri Lanka has been using a communication network which was more than 20 years old. The newly devised system is equipped with ultra-modern technological facilities. Air controllers are able to fulfill their task expeditiously through this method devised in Italy. The maintenance of the program is being carried out by the Airport Engineering Division. A group including Minister Nimal Siripala de Silva was present at the occasion to officially declare the communication setup.
Minister
Nimal Siripala de Silva said that they have taken measures to make more protective the airspace belonging to the country and also to safeguard security at the airport. The minister also said that the radar system in Pidrutalagala is relatively old and measures are underway to replace it with a new radar network.
Electoral level meetings of political parties were held yesterday as well. The Puttalam district electoral meeting of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna was conducted at the Puttalam town hall with the participation of parliamentarians Rohita Abhigunawardena and Amal Shanta Mayadunne. General Secretary of the UNP Partha Rangi Bandara presided over the United National Party Kegol district electorate meeting at the Kegol Post Office Auditorium.
A leader of the National People's Power, Anura Kumara Dissanayake, says Buddha Dhamma and Buddhist robes will never be added to politics. He reiterates that discussions with bhikkhus will be used mainly to mould a better society. The NPP leader has made these remarks participating in the National Bhikkhu Day program at the Foundation Institute, Colombo, yesterday.
The cremation of the late Anunayaka of the Sri Ramanya Mahanikaya, the Venerable Nadagamwe Vijaya Maitri Thera, has taken place at the Japala Watta grounds in Minuangoda today. The late Venerable Nadagamwe Vijay Maitri Thera was a Buddhist prelate who had rendered immense service for the advancement of the Buddha Sasana by holding the post of Deputy Registrar and President of the Development Council of the Sri Lanka Ramanya Mahanikaya. The message of condolence of President Ranil Wickremesinghe was read by Professor Ashu Marasinghe. The Mahasangha, headed by the Mahanayaka Thera's former President Maitripala Sirisena, and MPs and ministers also attended the ceremony of the final rites.
Now, a ceremony to extend felicitations to veteran actor Cyril Vikram was held at the Kalapura theatre premises in Mount Lavinia today. Cyril Vikram, who has completed 60 years of acting, was born in Kohilagedara village in Kurunagala on the 26th of January 1932. He is currently passing his 91st year. He came to drama field through acting in the Ranathisara ballet. He had shown versatility in all three medium, the stage, cinema and the teledrama. His acting skills were especially demonstrated in the movies Bambaru Avith, Karumakkarya, Sailama and Divari. DIG of the Western Province Crime Division, Shant Kumara, presented the honorary award to Cyril Vikram in recognition of his contributions to safeguard law and order through the task of acting. The event was organized by the Anandaniya Cinema Forum, Kalapura Residence Foundation, with the assistance of the police station, Mount Lavinia.
News come to you live from the National News Studio, and we have more local items in brief. Plans are underway to modernize schools in line with the current development process through the mediation of the Urban Development Authority. The pilot project in this regard, with the participation of 34 schools in the Minuangoda educational circuit, is being implemented on the instructions of Minister Prasanna Ranatunga. Establishment of Western Province Sangha Council of the Malwatta chapter took place at the historic Olabodua Rajamahavihare in Horana yesterday under the patronage of Anunayaka of the Malwatta chapter, the Venerable Nyangoda Vijayasiri Thera. The cremation ceremony of the late chief incumbent of the Sri Silavati Maha Vihara Pirivena in Narammala, the Venerable Shastrapati Kobbevela Dhammapriya Thera, was held yesterday. The condolence message of the President Cyril Vikram was read by State Minister Shanta Bandara. A dialogue on legal problems encountered in judiciary issues was held at the Public Library Conference Hall in Colombo yesterday. The event was organized by the Colombo Public Library Writers and Readers Forum. The awards presentation of the Mastermind Competition 2023, organized by the retired flag grade officials, was held yesterday under the patronage of Defence Secretary General Kamal Gunaratne. A Carnatic folk concert with the participation of 38 Indian artists was held in Colombo recently. This was the 40th of the series of concerts being conducted worldwide. Minister Vidura Vikramanayake was also present on this occasion.
Devara Devam Kripa Karana.
A 27-year-old person was killed in a shooting incident in Rotavava, Minneria, last night. A woman engaged in heroin drug racketeering using Easy Cash system was arrested with another suspect at dawn today. The Hirana police station in the raid conducted has also apprehended a stock of heroin valued over 10 million rupees. Well, that's news at home. Time to take a short break. We'll be back with international stories shortly.
நாங்க சீக்கிரமா வங்கிக்கு போவோமா? அப்பா வெஸ்டர்ன் யூனியன்ல பணத்தை அனுப்பி இருக்காரு.
அம்மாட கணக்கு இருப்பது மக்கள் வங்கியிலனால வங்கிக்கு போக தேவையில்லை. ஒரு கோல்லே வேலையை முடிக்கலாமே.
வெளிநாட்டிலிருந்து வெஸ்டர்ன் யூனியன் ஊடாக அனுப்பும் பணம் இப்போது மக்கள் வங்கியின் கால் மற்றும் டிபாசிட் சேவை ஊடாக ஒரு அழைப்பின் மூலம் உங்கள் மக்கள் வங்கி கணக்கிற்கு வாட்ஸ்அப் மற்றும் வைபர் ஊடாக தொடர்பு கொள்ளலாம். மக்கள் வங்கியில் மட்டுமே.
Welcome back to the news, and we are now moving on to news overseas. Well, one of Ukraine's most celebrated fighter pilots and two other airmen have been killed in a mid-air crash.
Andrei Filishchikov won fame, who was a greater challenge for Russian fighter pilots over Kyiv during the early phase of Russian invasions. The Ukrainian military called the airman's death painful and irreparable losses and paid tribute to Filishchikov as a pilot with mega knowledge and a mega talent. The crash involved two Il-39 training planes flying over the northern Ukraine. An investigation is underway into whether flight preparations rules were not correctly followed, resulting in Friday's crash in Zhytomyr Oblast. The region is west of the capital, Kyiv, and hundreds of miles from the front line. President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed the deaths in his nightly video address, saying that his country would never forget anyone who defended the free skies of Ukraine.
United States authorities says that a gunman killed 3 black people in a racially motivated attack when he himself was killed himself in Jacksonville, Florida. The man, described as white and in his early 20s, entered a Dollar General store and opened fire, triggering a standoff with the police. Well, it is reported that the said 2 men and a woman were killed by the gunman, who wore body armor and left manifestos. Florida mayor said it was hate-filled crime when driven by racist hatred. The sheriff said the shooter was yet to be officially named, carried a light weight semi-automatic rifle and also a handgun. Authorities further say that the gunman is believed to have acted alone and allegedly wanted to kill himself. It was later revealed that the gunman lived in Jacksonville's Clay County with his parents and left several messages about his intentions, including one to his parents and another to the media. The sheriff added that at least one of the guns had a swastika drawn on it. The FBI has opened a civil rights investigation into the shooting, which it is treating as a hate crime.
The foreign media reports that 3 U.S. Marines have been killed and 20 injured after a military helicopter crashed during a military exercise in Australia. The helicopter MV-22B Osprey came down on its way to the remote Tiwi Island, north of Darwin. 5 of the Marines are said to be in serious condition. They were taking part in a military exercise called Predator's Run involving 2,500 troops from the US, Australia, the Philippines, East Timor and Indonesia. The incident took place on Melville Island, north of Northern Territory capital Darwin yesterday. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese described the incident as tragic and said every assistance would be given to the injured. Australian authorities say that 5 Marines have been returned to Darwin for treatment, with the remaining being trained in the scene. Additional police and defence personnel have been deployed to Melville Island to support operations. Track injured people and returned to them, Darwin, and also maintained the crash scene while investigations continue. The incident is the second fatal helicopter crash during joint exercises in Northern Australia in less than a month.
2 persons have been killed and 57 others, including 39 firefighters, wounded after 2 explosions rocked a liquefied petroleum gas station close to Romania's capital, Bucharest. Well, the firefighters were injured in a second explosion as they were helping douse the fire in the Cremation commune, north of the capital, according to the government. At least 10 of those wounded were in critical condition, according to hospital representatives and local media. About 25 fire engines were at the scene to bring the blaze under control, Romania's Emergency Situations Inspectorate said.
Now, Sri Lanka's hopes of gaining eligibility to enter the finals in the 4x400 meters men's relay event at the World Athletic Championship tournament was shattered when the Sri Lankan team was placed 8th in the second preliminary round event.
Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany and Kenya took part in the second preliminary encounter of the tournament in Budapest, Hungary. The Sri Lankan team's timing at the event was 3 minutes 3 point with a timing of 2 minutes 59.05 seconds. Japan was the previous Asian record holder of this event. The US was placed first in the first preliminary round event.
In the third ODI of the current series at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo yesterday.
Mohammad Rizwan was the high scorer with 67 of the Pakistani score of 268 runs for the loss of 8 wickets. Gulbuddin Naib and Farid Ahmed took 2 wickets each for the Afghanistan team. The Afghan innings was restricted to 209 in 48 overs and 4 deliveries. Mujib Rahman scored 64 and Shudab Khan took 3 wickets. With this victory, Pakistan leads the series 3-0.
You're showing Shah Afridi and you know what's going on at the other end. You've got a set of stumps you can aim at.
Schools rugby, St. Joseph's College, Colombo has been successful in emerging victorious in the second quarter-finals match of the inter-school knockout rugby tournament organized by the School Rugby Association. St. Anthony's College Kandy was beaten by 57 points to 0 at the hands of St. Joseph's College in the match played at Havelock Grounds in Colombo yesterday.
And that's all the news we have for tonight. Join us tomorrow at the same time for the very latest on ChannelEye. I'm Bilanjali, together with Clifford, signing off. Good night.